This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners. It's a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive in the latest in TV news and reviews. With me, as always, is my co-host and legendary serial killer, Stairmaster.
Oh, I wanted to be the detective. I don't have...
No one's going to be the detective.
Are you going to be the detective, since you're the host?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
I can't believe I'm confined to this bed.
Here's a gift for you, Swanson.
It's the stair collector.
That's a
He's
sound.
been on my tail this whole time.
His calling card is playing the ribs like they're xylophones.
What a sick bastard. I need one person on my case, and that's my co-host, Kyorain, who is the trainee.
Lady! Beautiful lady!
A rookie NYPD officer, I guess.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm just a friendly cop in the NYPD. I go in the subway. I'm a friend with homeless people. I'm great.
Yeah, you really are sort of a weirdly virtuous figure.
Yeah, I give half my bagel to a homeless man.
Yeah, that's
Very Christ-like.
yeah. Christ would do that instead of just reproducing the bagel.
I mean, doing magic's a lot of work, so I can't just do that for a homeless man.
Yeah, that's
in the
why I just
subway.
give them bones instead of bread.
Oh,
Yeah, that's kind. You don't want them to have bones. That's gonna give them bad ideas.
Oh, what sort of ideas?
That human bones are food.
yeah, that's a bad idea.
Well, I
to give
think
them.
they'd figure that out very quickly. That is not the case.
Well, I don't know. Have you tried making a stew out of human bones?
Why are you trying to feed them bones?
I'm
if
not
you don't
trying
want
to
eat
feed them. I'm just giving them bones.
Bone broth, man. That's a thing.
Okay, what's the purpose of giving them these bones? Explain this to me.
Well, I can't give them bread. I don't have any.
Well, why can't you get bread if you're a serial
Because I
killer, you
have a
really
lot
get
of
bread.
bones.
So you have like a
All your-
surplus of bones, which is
Yes,
worth
I
more to
think
you
I should keep
than
the
bread.
bones all to myself.
All your cabinets are full of bones. You can't fit any bread in there.
No, because they're full of bones.
Why haven't you ground the bones up to make?
Well,
like,
then they wouldn't be
bread sort
bones
of
anymore. They'd
material?
just be dust.
Well, it'd be bone meal.
They'd
but
be
yeah,
they'd be calcium.
more like calcium. Am I right, guys?
No, that's not a meal.
It is if you ground it up the right way, then it's bone meal.
I thought you were
Kyorain.
supposed to be against bone collecting.
Yeah, you're not very good at your job. That's probably why they
What did
kicked
you-
you off the force. Also because you can't walk.
Well, yeah, because I'm confined to a bed.
Because your bones are subpar.
Yeah. What was the riddle for you falling to the floor?
No, not yet.
Look, we'll get to that. Anyway, welcome to TV Tuners, where we talk about the latest and greatest in television.
And jump
And
the
if you
gun.
like- Yes, and if you liked what we talked about so far, why not considering subscribing to
Yes.
this place?
Why not think about that? Why not think about it?
Think about smashing that like button.
Yeah,
Yeah, smash the like button, subscribe, ring the bell.
yeah, we're available on all
Hold
of
the
the
door.
podcatchers of your choice: Apple Podcasts, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, any podcatcher that you want. We're there, waiting.
We're even on YouTube.
Yeah, you can find us there at TV Tuners. Just type in TV Tuners Podcast, we pop right on up. Anyway, also, if you like what you hear so far, why not tell a friend? It's the best way to get us noticed. And look, if they're looking for a podcast, we want to be that podcast in their life.
If you tell your friend, we will be your friend.
Yeah, it's the TV Tuners guarantee.
Yeah, we're gonna come over for dinner if you tell your
I
friends.
will hang out with you on Twitter.
Kieran will personally cook for you.
No.
You'll get your stew
Swanson.
going without any human bones.
No,
No human
stop
bones
promising.
required.
Listen,
Absolutely
this is
no
going too far.
lawn pig.
My plan was to get free food out of this, and you're gonna make me cook.
Well, I mean, this still might be free food as long as they provide the food. You'll cook it.
You'll get the ingredients. You won't be told in advance.
Is it free if I'm laboring to get the food in my mouth?
I mean, wouldn't you
that's
normally
how-
do that for yourself?
Yeah, that's all eating, Keo. Nothing in this life is free. We all.
No, I'm pretty sure I've had people just bring me food and I just eat it.
Well, yeah,
With no labor involved.
Don't you pay those people?
No.
So when you're just
Ooh.
like sitting on the side of the street and people will hand you bread?
Yeah, half a bagel.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Hold
Oh.
on. I thought you were the
We've
other
entered
half.
Uh-oh. I think we've entered a recursion.
Well, another way you can talk to us, of course, is through Twitter. We're available on Twitter at TV Tuners.
Yes.
We're also individually on Twitter if that's a thing you're into.
Yes.
I'm on there.
No. This is too many Twitters.
Yes.
We should have just one giant Twitter compound called the Twitter Emporium.
Yes.
Well, if you want to find us on the Twitter Emporium, I'm there at Jesse Swanson.
I'm at Stare R1.
I'm at Real Kyorain.
Have we ever found out what that R1 stands for?
Yeah, it's on the PS2 controller.
Oh, nice. So it's not the one from the PS1 controller, it's the one from the
No,
PS2.
no.
And it's not the one on the Switch.
Right, that makes sense.
Stairs only has attachment to the PS2, not the PS1, not the PS3, just the PS2.
I mean, the
I mean,
PS2
same.
really was kind of a magical console that time in video games.
Yeah.
When you turn it on, it goes up.
It's like... Boom, 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 boom.
Well, it depends on how old it is, I guess. If you turn it on
It's like-
about 3 years into its life cycle, it goes...
It goes... Ow! Wait, no. It goes... Wah! Fuck.
Well, yeah,
It
that's
goes,
if you play a CD in it.
Yes. It can play CDs. Did you know that?
Yeah. I mean, it can.
And so could the PS1. And the Sega Saturn.
Yeah. Truly ahead of its time. Anyway, we're also available for
Emotionally.
emailing. Yeah, you can emotionally email us.
That's what the E stands
Yeah.
for.
If you've got some problems that you need to work through, we can spare like 5 to 10 minutes to try to help out a little bit.
That's right. If you want to emotional mail us with any of your quips, comments, questions, foresights, or otherwise, you can send them to us at tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kiorain?
Oh man. screamingchildren@gmail.net.
That's right. And that's about it for all of the plugging.
That's about
and
it for the
whatnot.
week. See you next time on TV Tuners. Bye.
No. We have a lot more to go, bud. Like at least an hour.
Oh!
Yeah, we're not gonna solve this mystery if we let Stairmaster end the podcast really early.
Yeah, the mystery of who's killing all these people and stealing their bones and playing them like xylophones.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Listen to that, Kiorain.
Who's doing
Look
this?
over there on your body with your body cam.
No!
Okay,
over
yeah.
there!
No,
No,
you idiot! Over there!
No, that's too much!
How much more clear can I be with over there?
No, don't
Okay, I'll
listen
do
to
a
her. Women
I'll-
always
I'll-
be
I'll do-
lying.
I'll do a pirouette, and you tell me when to stop spinning.
Right there.
No.
Right there.
So should I spin a little slower?
Oh, we lost him. Great job.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
can't believe the shit.
All right. Well, what you guys watch this week? Anything interesting?
I rewatched Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it worthy of
that guy's
11
twisted.
Oscar nominations?
No, it should have gotten uncut gems.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I don't
But the
think.
guy, he is twisted, confirmed?
Yes.
Wow. Dang. It's sometimes it do be like that, I guess.
I watched 3 minutes of whatever my dad was watching on TV.
Okay, describe it to us.
Yeah, tell us what that was like.
So there was this guy and there was these other two guys, and the first guy was like, you're gonna kill my wife.
Uh-huh.
And the other guy is like, how'd you know that? And then they're like, okay, I got a gun. And the other guy's like, I got a gun too.
Oh, wow.
He's like, don't shoot. And the other guy's like, oh, I'm gonna shoot. And then he shot.
Wait, so the wife guy shot? Or the...
Yeah, the wife guy shot and killed both of the other guys. He's like, how did I get those memories of other people in my head?
Oh, huh. That sounds way more interesting than what we're going to talk about this week.
Yeah, I don't know what the show was called, and I don't remember it very clearly, but that's what I watched.
It seems like whatever you watched was the climactic point of that thing, so I guess that was a great time for you to come in and watch.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like you watched the 3 most interesting minutes of that potential program.
Yeah, program,
yeah.
Program.
If you know what Keo Ryan's talking about, hit us up with the hashtag I know what Keo Ryan's talking about.
And if I got any details wrong, which I'm sure I did, you can go ahead and correct me.
Please do. And be as mean as you can.
Yeah, Keo loves being corrected. Especially by people on the internet.
So what did you watch?
Because I'm politically correct, so I like being correct.
So what did you watch this week, Swanson?
Huh. Watch. Ooh.
Oh, Mr. TV here is falling behind on his job.
Huh. Watch. What did I watch this week? Huh. I watched some Seinfeld. Does that count?
Uh-oh. Swanton, that's old.
You can still watch it.
No.
Did you enjoy it? Do you relate to Cuddy?
Yeah, he's very relatable. And
There's
totally
a character named Cuddy in Seinfeld?
Yes, he's played by Patrick Warburton.
That's Putty.
Oh, no, Putty's a thing from Power Rangers that go.
No, his name is Putty.
Why would a guy be named Putty and not Cuddy?
You're thinking of the guy from The Wire.
Yes, there, you're getting really confused.
I still don't know. Putty's a thing from Power Rangers.
His name is Putty. It's Puddy. Putty.
Sounds made up.
You got the internet at your fingertips. Look it up, asshole.
I think the people who made Seinfeld are wrong for doing that. Yeah.
If somebody told me there was a man named Seinfeld and I didn't know about Seinfeld, I'd say liar.
I'm on Google right now. I typed in Putty. Literally, the next result is Seinfeld.
Oh, wait, so you told me his name on Seinfeld is Putty?
That's his last
and
name.
Not Jerry?
Yes. His name is David Putty.
Oh, okay, that makes sense as a last name. Wait, why do people call him Putty and not David then?
Because that's a much more interesting name for a TV show than David. Anyway, Putty was not in the episodes I watched. I was watching some season 2 episodes.
Wait, so was his last name Costanza?
George? Yes.
Oh. I've never watched Seinfeld.
Well, here, let me give you an idea of what you can expect from an episode. What's the deal with that? It was a pick! It was a pick!
What do you mean?
Samara George!
What do you mean I can't date a 17-year-old?
Oh, that's a nice jacket, Jerry. Can I have that jacket? Ooh.
Hey!
And then, I don't know, Elaine says something probably.
And then Kramer gets heckled.
Oh yeah, Elaine does like a dance. Elaine does like a dance. It's funny.
And none of them have cell phones.
And then something about Spongeworthy. She says that sometimes. Yada, yada, yada. That's a Seinfeld episode. So if that interests you, why not watch Seinfeld today? Available on Hulu.
That sounds like an excellent all-time classic. Thank you, Swanson.
It's available on Hulu, or you can check it out at your local library, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Libraries have DVDs.
Yeah, you can find the DVDs of Seinfeld there, probably.
They're the new books.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the historians will say. Probably. Anyway, let's get on to the news, huh?
Please, God. Move on with it.
Speaking of Seinfeld, why not talk about the network that hosted that? NBC!
News.
Huh?
That's right. As the streaming wars continue to ramp up, NBC has been dutifully going to work preparing for their new streaming service, not to be confused with their old streaming service, CISO. This new one, titled Peacock, will be a host of NBC media far and wide.
A very
Hmm?
colorful lineup.
Yes.
Very festive,
It'll
one
be
might say.
launching in the summer.
And what do they got?
There's a sequel to MacGruber that they're doing. So
Who?
If you like MacGruber, get ready for more of it.
Wasn't MacGyver on NBC?
No, that was CBS.
Oh, yeah, that is the CBS kind of show.
It's also been revived on CBS.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
MacGruber is the MacGyver parody, Kieran, from SNL that got turned into a movie, and I guess now is getting turned into a TV show.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why not? That's super relevant, right?
Do you know what MacGyver is, Keo?
Well, I vaguely know it's about a guy who like solves problems with weird
All-
stuff in the room.
All I know about MacGyver is from The Simpsons.
Yeah, so the gag with MacGruber is that he doesn't solve the problem. And then everyone just dies.
That sounds like it'll be a very short TV show.
Yeah, I've never watched the movie MacGruber. I assume that he doesn't just die in the middle of it.
That'd be great if it was like a Bambi versus Godzilla situation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, I would watch that for sure.
But the big thing with Peacock coming July 15th officially is that it'll be free.
Wow!
Well,
Totally free, no strings attached. Thanks, Swanson.
yep, that's right. It's free with no strings attached whatsoever. It's definitely not this little asterisk here that says some content will exist behind paywalls.
Oh no.
You mean episodes 2 through the rest?
Yes.
Well, the free option arrives with 7,500 hours of content with next day access to current seasons of some NBC shows. That some is a pretty big thing there.
Question mark.
Complete seasons of classic series, news, and Universal movies, which honestly that's not a bad deal from the sounds of it, but it's hard to tell when you're actually looking at it.
Wait, they got news on there? Like,
You mean, yeah, like
archived?
NBC News? Yeah.
Oh, that's
That
just
thing Brian Williams used to host.
That's strange. That's weird. I guess that's cool
Yeah.
though.
Peacock Premium, which will be accessed for $4.99 with ads or $9.99 without ads, is going to house all of the original series, premium movies, and 4K support.
Wait, what is a premium movie?
I don't
Like,
know,
do they
something
got
that's
like
new,
better
probably.
movies? Like a hierarchy?
Well, it does
of
only
films?
list Universal movies as the things that are on the free option, so I guess
Yeah.
all of the other movies NBC owns will be on the premium option. Probably the new movies as well.
I think premium is 16:9 cropped at 60 FPS.
Oh
Ooh,
no,
yeah.
I don't want to see that.
That sounds like high quality.
watching a film on your parents' television that has motion smoothing on.
Yeah. Welcome to everybody's Christmas nightmares. But if that wasn't confusing enough, Xfinity and Flex customers from Comcast will get access to Peacock Premium on April 15th.
What is a flex?
Listen, I'm sorry, but I've been giving this name some time. This Peacock name.
What, you think it's a bad name?
Yeah, I think I've concluded that over the course of these weeks that it's
I
bad.
want to know what flex is.
I don't know. Flex is a Comcast thing.
Oh,
So do you really want to know is the question?
no.
I don't want to know what Comcast is up to. It's just going to upset me.
Yeah. Some of the other originals that are on the streamer, we'll call it, include a Saved by the Bell reboot, because why not?
Oh,
A
maybe
Punky Brewster sequel series. An adaptation of Aldous Huxley's Brave New World.
Oh man, what if they cast me?
What year is
What if
this?
they put me in the Saved by the Bell reboot?
Oh yeah, you can be Skeech.
Finally,
Skeecher. You get to be Skeeter.
honk honk.
Oh, hey there, Doug.
How many times have we discussed my inability to tell those two characters apart on this show? It's probably like five.
At least,
this is at least like the fifth time at a minimum.
yeah, probably. About once every, I don't know, 10 episodes or so we talk about it.
Yeah.
And also
It's a
a
cycle.
new
So
Battlestar
someone
Galactica
mentions-
from the creator of Mr. Robot.
Someone mentioned Saved by the Bell, then Swanson mentioned Skeet, and then there said Skeeter. It's a vicious cycle.
Yeah, let's hope we never have to watch this Saved by the Bell reboot.
So, what were we talking about, Swanson?
what is this podcast
Battlestar
about?
Galactica?
There's a new Battlestar Galactica from the creator of Mr. Robot. And of course, Peacock will be the exclusive streaming home of every season of SNL, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, all the Law and Orders, all of Dick Wolf's Chicago shows, and of course, The Office, which will be leaving Netflix at the end of the year.
We should watch Dick Wolf's Chicago. That sounds
which
interesting.
one? Chicago Law, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire.
Chicago
I'm sure they
Transit,
have Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago Sanitation.
Yeah, I heard they have Chicago Deep Dish on there now, so.
Chicago Education.
Oh, no, they don't do that one. Too boring. No one's going to watch a show with education in the title.
Yeah, you'll learn too much.
Yeah, unless it's Sex Education on Netflix. Like, that's
Chicago
apparently a
Sex
popular show.
Education.
Oh, so it's just non-existent?
Yeah.
Anyway, the amount of content, honestly, that Peacock has is pretty staggering. But again, who needs another streaming service?
I do. I'm buying all of them.
But they are at least trying to make their streaming service seem unique. Here's another thing, the last little bit here that I think is interesting.
Uh-huh.
Which is that instead of evoking Netflix or some of the other streamers, what Peacock seems to be trying to do the most is seem like the Spotify of television.
What? So it's like auto-playing crap?
Well, instead
You have no
of...
control over unless you shell out extra money?
Wait, have you used Spotify before? That's not really what Spotify does. It's more like Pandora.
I'm thinking of Sirius FM, I think, or something.
Yeah, Spotify is like they make custom playlists for you and
I've used
stuff.
Spotify, so I'm really double guilty for saying that.
Yeah, Peacock is going to attempt to diminish sort of the infinite scroll of something like Netflix or Hulu by giving you customized channels with stuff that you've watched before, or stuff that you might be interested in based off of how your viewing habits. So potentially more interesting or helpful.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'll try better next time.
I never used Spotify, and I trusted Stair to know what he was talking about, and he burned me.
Well, look, as someone who has been using his cousin's Spotify premium account for the past year,
Yes?
I can say that Spotify's pretty good if you don't have to listen to ads.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm interested to see what Peacock does, even though I'm not actually going to be paying for it. Let's talk about Apu.
Okay. Who needs
Look,
a cookie Mart?
It was a couple of years ago where the controversy around Apu was immediately brought up.
Immediately.
And immediately.
Immediately after 20 years of broadcast.
When comedian Harry Condelbar interrogated the characterization of the Simpsons Apu. And by interrogated, what I mean is that he basically said, "Yeah, people used to make fun of my heritage because of Apu, so that's probably not a good. It's probably not a good thing. It's weird that we still allow it to be on TV."
And now they're going to kill off Apu.
And instead of giving him any like forward momentum, which the comedian said would be like a good idea, they've decided to just sort of not use them anymore, including an episode of The Simpsons that aired last year where they directly addressed the controversy by having Lisa Simpson, of all people, say that it was use a vaguely sort of worded sentiment about how Apu was okay.
And then Homer shot him with a t-shirt cannon, sending him to his death.
And how they would address the problem later, if at all.
Yes. So now they've, I guess, decided to address the problem later, and without at all. So that's great. They get to have their cake and eat it too. So there were rumors going around for a while that producers were planning on axing the character to avoid the controversy.
You mean like that?
They go back to his home planet.
Like that one?
Did they imply he's an alien?
You mean like that one Treehouse of Horror with Willie?
Yes.
Where he kept getting axed in the back.
Yeah. Instead, what we got was Hank Azaria saying that he will no longer be voicing Apu. All we know is that I won't be doing the voice anymore, unless there's some way to transition it or something. Azaria said vaguely.
Why did he mean transition?
I don't know.
Oh, they're gonna make Apu trans. The SGW strike again.
He continued by saying, what they're going to do with the character is their call. It's up to them, and they haven't sorted it out. All we've agreed on is I won't do the voice anymore. He added that it was a mutual decision that we all agreed on. We all feel like it's the right thing and good about it.
So is he just going to be quiet now? Like, just...
Yeah, instead of giving him character development, The Simpsons, showing how reticent they are to it, decided to just not use him.
Hold on, what's the story of Apu that originally he wasn't going to have the accent, but Hank Azaria just threw it out there at the table read and everyone loved it?
Well, yeah, it was also like the 90s, so
Yes.
that makes sense.
I was just saying, I just thought it was an interesting story.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll cast an actual Indian guy to do the voice and give him character development.
Boy, Kyoran, jeez. It's like you don't know anything about Hollywood.
They should do an episode where he becomes richer than Mr. Burns and they have like a mega corporation financial war.
In the mind of Hollywood executives...
And he's quiet.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. In the mind of Hollywood executives, Kyoran, there are at most 3 Indian people.
That's more than I thought.
And one of them is just Harvey Weinstein wearing very racist.
And then the second one is that guy from Short Circuit.
Oh no.
So really, there's only one actual Indian person somewhere. And they can't possibly get him to voice Apu. Or her. Anyway.
They can and will. I trust them. I believe in the new staff on The Simpsons.
Yeah, they've been doing such a good job.
Pushing out quality content year after year.
Kia, you're the only one who actually watches New Simpsons.
What?
Well, you've watched a New
Since
Simpsons.
when?
You watched a New Simpson in like the last half a decade.
Oh yeah, what was it about? It was like a future episode or something.
Oh no.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it being really bad though. I remember it just being like, oh, that's alright. That was okay. That was fine.
I don't know. I watched that 90s show episode.
I think
was a bad one.
I think the last time I saw The Simpsons on there was the Family Guy crossover, and I got to see Peter Griffin murder Homer.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I watched that. It was probably the worst crossover they could have done.
Worse than that one cutaway gag they did on Family Guy, where he shoots the entire Simpsons family.
Including Maggie.
Because at least that wasn't a long, drawn-out, boring, unfunny fight scene between Homer and Peter.
True. Oh, I also remember I watched that episode of The Simpsons where they're in Italy and Sideshow Bob.
I also remember that one, and he has his family, and they're singing opera about revenge.
And it sucks ass.
I think that's around where I stopped watching The Simpsons, for real.
Listen, I'm sure they have a good episode once in a while. It can't all be bad.
Yeah, I mean it could all be mediocre.
I mean, even if it is good, isn't it kind of just ruined by the... How good can an episode be if you watch, like, just 5 episodes of dog shit with Lady Gaga and...
Listen,
Elizabeth Warren.
We need some kind of curator to pick out the good episodes and we'll watch them.
Oh yeah, they did that at season 2 through 8.
But you can also watch 1 and 9.
Yeah, you can watch 1.
And maybe parts of 10.
You don't need to watch 2 either. I guess there are some good episodes in 11 and 12.
Uh-oh. And when you think about it, 13 and 14 have some charms to them.
No. Shut them down.
I'm starting to see a new TV tuners project here.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna watch all of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Sign up to our Patreon for the TV Tuner Simpcast.
I hate to break this to you guys,
reply to women
but
on
somebody's
Twitter.
already done it. I don't
Yes.
doubt it, Swanson.
Yeah, someone's done this.
Which one are you referencing, though?
It sounds like it's a good idea for about 200 or so episodes.
Yes.
How many episodes are there of The Simpsons?
I think they broke 400 recently.
They've broken 500. I think they're closer to like 600 or 700. So,
All right,
Just watch One Piece instead.
all right, place your bets, boys.
I'm putting a moratorium on this concept.
I'm looking at this right now. Place your bets. What's the number currently of Simpsons episodes?
400.
Don't look.
43.
545.
Oh boy. The answer is 673 episodes of The Simpsons. 31 seasons.
Okay, maybe it is all
I
bad
think they
now.
should stop.
Like every single episode's
I
bad.
think they should stop.
You cannot make 600 episodes of anything and have whatever happens after the 600 episodes be good.
Yeah.
Like, even Doctor Who had a moment where it was a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's why they had to have him die in that drive-by.
Yeah. So
Cool.
that's probably what they need to do with, like, Homer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pull a Brian from Family Guy.
Yeah, just get
Type
him.
I
thing.
heard
Get
someone
murdered.
suggest that you just, like, stop having the timeline be in stasis and have the characters grow up and end it with Homer dying of old age for the series finale.
Why would anyone want to watch that?
Closure. I mean, it would be something at least.
What would his final words be? Doh!
I'm looking forward to 500 episodes of Homer as an old man.
Yeah. I can't wait for
he
the
already
final
sounds
episode
like
where...
one.
Yeah, I can't wait for the final episode where we hear Marge go, "It's time to let it go, homie."
Oh no!
So, one last thing here before we move on. You think they're going to just continue The Simpsons after everyone dies from the voice cast?
No, they got enough episodes to milk that syndication money until climate change kills us all.
They're gonna do a gritty reboot of The Simpsons.
See, I was thinking they would continue The Simpsons based off of that there's enough episodes that they could put together any sort of sentence using the voices of the characters.
I think they'll use deepfake technology.
Yeah, so they can just do, like...
That sounds so creepy. So all the lines sound just
Homie.
slightly off.
I hate it when you talk about Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, it'll just be like Homer being like, "I'm going to get a donut." And like Bart
Yeah,
will
as
be
he
like,
says.
"Cowabunga, dude, eat my shorts, you poop."
Yeah,
They splice it together, even though we said those complete lines
Yeah.
already.
including poop. What was the last
He's definitely
time
said
someone
poop
was-
at some point.
I don't think so.
You don't think Bart Simpson said poop?
Well, maybe in the 600 episodes, but not like in the season 1 through 9, at least.
Well, yeah, but at some point in 673 episodes, Bart Simpson said poop.
Wait, did you just say 673?
Yes, that was the total I
Oh
gave you.
no! It's almost at 700.
Yeah, and right when you think, oh, you know what, 700 would be a good closing. Probably not.
Nope, they're gonna keep
They're
going.
gonna
It'll
stop
be the
when
heat death of
Death
the
gets
universe
to
before this
dies.
show's over.
This train never stops.
I think what will happen is one of the big four will die, and they'll stop for a decade and then do a reboot, and it'll make like Force Awakens money.
Look, I'm looking at Simpsons: The Next Generation.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, it's Bart, and he has his own family, and he's just like Homer.
He's got his own beer gut and he's balding.
Look, we can't keep talking about The Simpsons for the rest of forever. There's still
We
other
can.
news
We
to
got
talk about.
we got ideas for years.
This train's never gonna run out of steam.
Listen, we're gonna send this to the Simpson people and get us
Hold
one
on.
of the
Do
staff
you think in
there.
those 700 episodes they did one where Marge becomes a robot?
Yes,
Yes,
I feel like
I don't just think that I know that, despite not watching any of the episodes.
any
or
idea
reading
you could
about
have come up with has probably been dumb at this point.
Have they
They're
done
just
the
like-
Mo Gets a Cell Phone episode? Please let us know on Twitter.
Look, has Homer Simpson wielded a Keyblade? Yes or no?
Well, there was that one couch gag where he was Zorro from One Piece.
Yeah.
See, we're halfway there.
One person who didn't survive before the end of The Simpsons was Mr. Peanut,
Oh,
who recently and tragically died.
who also was on an episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah. Coincidence? I think not.
How many mascots do you guys know that have canonically died?
I think it's just this guy, right? I guess like the guy from Wendy's was the mascot
Sonic
at one
died
point.
in 2006.
That's not. Is he the mascot of Sonic the Hedgehog?
He's a mascot of Sega, so
And he comes back to life, right?
He comes back like before the game's
Yeah, but
over,
he's
so I'm
dead.
not sure. He's dead for like
you
10
can
minutes,
feel
I
life
think.
leaving his body.
Okay, this is different though because Mr. Peanut is like dead.
I mean, Jesus died, and he's the mascot of Christianity.
I feel like
I don't
that's
know. Is he a mascot or a founder?
Yeah.
Segatita Santro died, famously.
Who?
The Sega Saturn guy.
I
You know this.
I don't know
You
about
know
this.
We've-
I don't know
So
about this
wait, hold on.
before.
You're saying Sega has two mascots? I call bullshit.
Well, they had a mascot for the Sega Saturn, which was this very buff guy who did karate
Bullshit.
to beat up people who weren't playing Sega Saturn.
Did the Sega Saturn exist? Hard to tell.
Oh, also, does this count Tom from Toonami?
Oh yeah, he also died.
Oh yeah, he
But-
died, huh?
What is a mascot?
I would argue a mascot is like anything that you can buy.
Oh,
A mascot is usually in a commercial of some sort.
Can you buy Mr. Peanut like himself?
Well, you can buy Planters, which he's on the cover of. He's on the labeling of.
hold on. So how did he die? He's a peanut.
Well, he was helping his friend Wesley Snipes
Wait,
avoid
what?
falling off a cliff.
What?
He sacrificed
Blade?
himself nobly.
Yeah. The 104-year-old mascot died helping his friend Wesley Snipes and actor Matt Walsh escape after the Nutmobile veered off a cliff. By the way, the Nutmobile?
Oh, that's great. That's good. That's perfect for 2020.
Can we talk about how good of marketing this is that we're talking about it in detail?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to be there at the marketing meeting where someone was just like, well, listen, what if we kill him?
We got Wesley Snipes on board for the project, but he says it needs more pathos.
Like, imagine you're at the marketing meeting and you just suggest, they're like, all right, well, we got a big Super Bowl commercial coming up. We want to redesign Mr. Peanut. You know, his look is kind of antiquated. What should we do?
Let's be real here. What can you possibly do with peanuts and a little man with legs that's a peanut?
Didn't they kill the Budweiser knight last year?
No, he's still alive.
I thought he got beheaded by the Game of Thrones people.
No, he's doing commercials still.
Oh.
Now, is this one of those deaths that's going to be reversed soon, or do you think they're actually going to stick
Wesley
to it?
Snipes
And he's
is
just going to be dead.
Collect the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah. He's going to resurrect his friend and he's going to have a new, like, modern image.
Oh, yeah.
Where, like, he probably doesn't have a monocle and top hat anymore. I don't know. He probably has, like, what if he's like what if they like, change the gender?
Man.
Yeah, it's just a sexy peanut lady.
No, he's going to be a buff peanut man. He's going to have like a...
Well, they can't call it Mr. Peanut anymore, though.
He's not going to be like a Adonis, but he's going to have like sort of a dad physique.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just picturing like buff SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah, kinda. No, he's gonna look more like handsome Squidward.
So the California Raisins, they're still alive, right?
I mean, I don't know if that company is still alive, but
What's the mascot for the California Raisins?
the California Raisins. They're just singing raisins. They were raisins that sang Motown songs, and it was, I think, vaguely racist.
Is there a brand that has a sexy raisin?
I don't think a sexy raisin's a possible thing. Like a sexy peanut is one thing, Kioran, but let's not go overboard.
Look, we're still developing the technology to sexualize the green M&M. You gotta be patient here.
Speaking of sexy mascots, by the way, Mr. Clean tweeted his remorse saying, always classy, always crunchy, always cleaned up nicely. We'll miss him.
Wait a minute, what did you mean cleaned up nicely?
Murders.
Oh, I thought you were talking about sex.
No, he
with
cleaned
Mr.
up
Peanut.
He cleaned up Mr. Peanut's murders. Anyway, brands on Twitter. What a disgrace.
Yeah, also, I discovered something because of this whole brand fiasco.
Is it a sexy mascot?
No, I saw a Dr. Pepper advertisement where they're pouring peanuts and soda into the same container.
Oh, God.
Oh, this sounds upsetting.
Oh, no. For what?
And apparently it's a thing people do somewhere.
Peanut flavored Dr. Pepper 2019. Breakfast.
I mean, I was reading through the mentions on the tweet and people were saying, yeah, I do this.
This is...
I can't tell if it's just like a mass amount of people just tricking me or what.
This is the year 2020 and I can't believe
I think you're being gaslit
this.
by bots.
And two brands. Yeah, I'm done with this.
Fuck the internet.
Yeah.
Are we done with the news?
Fight Club was right.
If you really want to pay your respects, you can use the hashtag RIPnut.
Also, did they buy like an emoji for their tweet?
Do we get to see the body in the commercial?
Yeah, kind of.
Kinda.
Like the mango.
Well, we don't see we don't really see the body, so I guess it is possible
that he's not really dead.
Yeah, he's just getting a makeover.
He's gonna be 90s Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, but like the tweet doesn't say he's presumed dead; it confirms his death. All right. Anyway, Mr. Peanut will come back probably more powerful than he ever was. Similar to a popular Star Wars character. Baby Yoda. No, wait, that's not right. No. I mean Obi-Wan Kenobi. Disney, of course, announced a few months back that they were hiring Ewan McGregor to come back to play Obi-Wan Kenobi for a Disney Plus show. Mm-hmm. But now there are rumors of a disturbance in the production. The show's crew has been sent home. And scripts are currently being reworked.
Go home.
And scripts are currently being reworked to quote unquote Lucasfilm's satisfaction. After concerns that the original version of the show was a little too much like The Mandalorian. I guess they never thought that Obi-Wan hanging out in a desert would be too much like the show where the guy in armor goes around the desert.
Yeah, well, that's Disney, all right. They have no original ideas whatsoever.
Also, the original idea did seem to involve Obi-Wan working to keep baby Luke Skywalker safe.
Fucking yes.
So I could understand why you might not want to do that, because that's a bit too much. No one wants to see that shit. And the show's episode order, which was about to be 6 episodes, has been cut down to 4 episodes. Conveniently the length of a slightly long movie.
They should have set in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, because then we can get him fighting Darth Maul in live action.
Oh, yeah. It would be too old for him to do his other fight against Darth Maul in Rebels time.
Oh, like he doesn't kill Darth Maul until that. Why does he not kill Darth Maul until that long?
Because Darth Maul doesn't show up until then. He meets Darth Maul like once during the Clone Wars.
Keo, what are your thoughts on all this?
I literally have the impression that Obi-Wan is this really boring mentor guy.
I mean, that is what he is in A New Hope. I mean, it's kind of funny because Alec McGuinness clearly has no respect for the film, which adds to the charm of his performance. But other than that, he only became more interesting in retrospect once you find out he's completely full of shit in the sequels and prequels.
Yeah.
And by sequels, I mean episode 5 and 6.
Also, he doesn't even try to fight Darth Vader; he just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if he gets he got struck down. Now he's more powerful than ever.
He became a martyr.
Yeah.
And he became a ghost.
Yes.
Well, yeah, which is also stronger than being a martyr.
If you read the Quran, you would know this.
He can give hot tips to Luke whenever he needs them.
Yeah. So yeah, it seems like the scripts are the problem with this story so far, and they're currently going on their way to hire more writers, I guess, to make replacement scripts. It sounds like a mess.
Yeah, it's gonna be shit.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Why can't they get like someone interesting to do something with this product?
Because that would cost them money.
Yeah, but they would also get money in return. It's not a hard investment.
I don't know, man.
Oh, Stairmaster.
Are we still talking about Star Wars?
Stairmaster's speechless.
I don't know, man. Don't you like it when they got the laser swords and like, wow, wow.
Yeah, I like
Clank.
that part.
All right, well, that's it for the news. Let's head on over to a segment near and dear to everyone's hearts. Ads.
So sad.
That's right. We're going to take a quick smoke break, and while we do, go ahead and listen to a show that's also on Big Heads Media Network. As you know, of course, we're part of the Big Heads Media Network, and so is this show, Super Media Bros.
Da 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 da.
That's right. They're watching like movies and stuff, and it's going down.
Jumping around on things.
Yeah, they're jumping on couches.
knocking
Murdering
stuff over.
turtles.
Potentially. Let's give them a listen.
I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
We are the Super Media Bros podcast.
Each week, we give a comedically informative take on movies,
Music,
television,
video games.
and much more.
Put your shades on and listen to all episodes on supermediabrospodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Yeah,
Shades on!
we're off.
So yeah, you can listen to them and any other podcast that might strike your fancy by going over to bigheadsmedia.com or finding them on any of the podcatchers of your choice, just like us.
What's that URL, Keo?
Oh,
I guess he doesn't know. Moving on.
Wow, yeah, I guess Q got stumped on that one.
yeah, I'm broken.
Well, yeah. Alright, well, let's go on to an actual segment near and dear to everyone's hearts. Trailer Blazers! Hit the theme, Keo! Wow, very light and jazzy, that one. This week we watched a trailer for a new AMC show. Remember when they made shows that weren't The Walking Dead?
Nope.
This one is called
Yes?
Dispatches from Elsewhere.
Yeah, this trailer seemed more like a trailer for a movie than a TV show.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. It seemed weird. It seemed like it seems like a show that is at once weird in a fun way and then weird in a bad way.
I was getting a little Michael Douglas the Game vibes from it.
Yeah.
Listen, get this, guys. What if there's a conspiracy?
What if?
And also like someone mentions Clara. A
Clara!
bunch. Guys, it's Clara.
Where's my
We need to
wife?
find Clara.
Do you think that
Oh,
Clara
yeah.
is
What if
someone's
this was
wife?
just what if this was just a backdoor pilot for like a Silent Hill adaptation?
Oh my god, that would actually be directed by Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I'd watch the first episode, see if I like it.
Worth it. Yeah. And then of course Hideo Kojima would just make a movie based on that.
I mean, they do talk about going to a world that you normally can't see.
Oh, yeah, true.
That could
I
be
thought that was
the-
metaphorical,
that could be
but
the visions
the
that
Strand.
Silent Hills gives you. The collective unconsciousness
Yeah.
of your sins.
Yeah, it could be that. It's probably something less interesting, I guess. Anyway, this looks like at once fun and at once weird in a bad way, and I can't figure out what way it's gonna go. Because this trailer in the middle of it seems to switch to like oddly inspirational.
Yeah,
in
that
a way
is a
that
strange
makes
choice.
Yeah, that makes me like nervous.
Yeah, I thought that was supposed to be like a thriller.
Yeah, or like a thriller with like a bunch of weird like Twin Peaks stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then like at the end it's like, are you ready to change your perception of humanity?
You ready to talk to Clara?
Clara!
and it has like someone being like, these people have changed my life forever. I'm a good person now.
As he cocks his gun.
Yeah. Like the last 30 seconds of this, if you interspliced it with like advertisements and music for like Viagra, it would just sort of fit right in. Because like Jason Segel, the main guy, is like dancing while it's raining.
I know. Maybe
He's like the
that's
Joker.
Yes, he is like the Joker. Maybe that's the secret world they're trying to get to. The world of achieving erection.
Yeah, just like the Joker. The Joker is a thinly veiled Vialis commercial.
Yeah. I mean, that is a valid read on that film, I think. A lot of impotence going on in that film.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, it remains to be seen what we can expect from Dispatches from Elsewhere, but who knows? Maybe we'll talk about it another time.
You won't believe what my latest boner is, Batman.
That's right, Batman.
It's
I'm on 14 cc's of Vialis.
Joker, when you said boner, I thought you meant prank. This is highly disgusting.
No, I'm talking about my erect penis.
Ah!
Punch me all you
Batman's
want,
not-
Batman. I only get harder.
Batman's not in favor of the Joker having an erection at all.
I feel like this is
I'm
the
gonna
one thing he
flatten
couldn't
it.
plan for. He's gonna flatten his dick?
Yeah.
I think that's the one reason Batman might actually just kill the Joker.
Yeah, that's what they don't show you in The Dark Knight Returns. The reason he accidentally kills the Joker,
Or that Batman Beyond film.
yeah, is because he had an erection. And Batman's not prepared to confront his sexuality. You're going to have to face your worst fear, Batman. The possibility of being homosexual.
Yeah, I can picture it haunting him later. He's just thinking about it later as he's fighting crime. He's like, why was I turned on by the Joker's penis?
Like he tells Robin later, he's like, I couldn't handle his dick.
What do you mean?
I gotta know which Robin this would be, because that is very key for his reaction.
This is Tim Drake.
Yeah, Damien would say some gross stuff.
Yeah.
Probably Jason Todd, too.
And Dick would just be confused.
He would be concerned.
Yeah. But Tim Drake would be like the most understanding of them.
Meanwhile, Jason Todd would be like, I don't want any beep training me. And then he would backflip out of there. Become a vigilante.
It's pretty bad when you're the worst Robin compared to his homicidal son.
Is Jason Todd worse than Damien?
I mean,
All I know Damien from is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, and he was very annoying in that.
Are these actors or names of different Robins?
names of different Robins. Jason Todd is the one that Joker kills at one point, and then he comes back to life. And Damien is Bruce Wayne's son with Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
And Dick is the good one who becomes Nightwing.
Yeah.
And there's also Tim, who's
Who's
like
just
the vanilla
perpetual Robin.
He's the vanilla Robin.
Let's get to our main event.
TV
We
Tuners
watched-
main event.
We watched probably the longest title in TV Tuners history. Lincoln Rhyme, Hunt for the Bone Collector.
Let me say out front, real misplaced expectations here. I thought we were going into like another Outsider type show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to realize that wasn't the case?
About 30 seconds or so.
Oh,
I think-
okay.
As soon as I think about the time when the bomb showed up,
Yeah?
I was like, "Oh, this isn't going to be prestige television."
I appreciate that
that's like
Keo just laughed
10
at
seconds in.
I appreciate that Keo just laughed at the title.
It's really funny, especially now that we've actually watched it.
Yeah. For those who might not be familiar with the show, of course, a few episodes back, Keo Rain, when hearing the title of this show, guessed that it might involve stealing Abraham Lincoln's bones and turning them into a broth.
That was not my official answer.
That's why we were talking about stew.
Yeah, he was going to turn the bones into a stew. Sadly, this is not what that show is about. This is based off of a novel apparently called The Bone Collector, which I have to assume is equally bad.
Somehow, it seems like it's lower brow than Stephen King.
Yeah, it's lower brow than like Dean Kunst.
This is one of those shows that being a detective is about knowing stupid trivia, not actual deductions.
Yes.
This is less classier than Jack Reacher.
But Keo Rain, what about all of that cool stuff that he's doing when he's like thinking and you see like the maps and stuff going across his head?
I've never seen that before in a detective show, huh?
Yeah.
Did anyone else lose it when you saw the cross section of his brain and there's like a picture of a sheep in there?
Yeah. So we start this episode.
Look, it's a metaphor for how he knows what a sheep is, and that there were sheep in New York City somewhere.
So yeah, we open on the Terminator.
Yeah, we
2
open up
factory.
with a killer showdown. Yeah, we get a killer showdown where right off the bat, this guy is going and confronting a murderer
without any backup.
Yeah,
this is Lincoln Rhymes' dark backstory.
Yeah, as we learn
history
later.
With the Bone Collector.
So like he's going around, he's like searching through this, I guess, wood factory. He went to the abandoned wood factory down on 4th Street.
They call that
what do you call that? A lumber?
They call
mill?
that a forest.
A forest is not a wood factory.
It is.
It's only a wood factory if you start cutting
That's
down
where all the wood
trees.
gets built.
I think they like make wooden pallets there, I guess. Or maybe those wooden pallets were just there for transportation purposes.
I don't know. These are just like cut blocks of wood that he falls onto. So anyway, we get Lincoln Rhyme is being on the hunt for the Bone Collector.
Yeah. The term is lumber mill or sawmill. I think is where he was.
Okay. Well, yeah, as promised by our subtitle here, Lincoln Rhyme is on the hunt for the Bone Collector, and he gets close to finding him. Unfortunately, there's this dude who's got a bomb strapped to him.
What?
And he uses trivia to solve how to defuse the bomb.
And that's like twice in the last 6 months that we've had a serial killer strapping people to bombs.
It's true.
It's an exciting way to start your show.
Honestly, this show
do that though.
Yeah, this show does feel like Prodigal Son in a way that it's like delightfully stupid.
Yeah.
But really though, he's like, he used white because of this white ink. I'm gonna cut the white wire, and it works.
It's great because he's like, he gets on the radio and he's like, we're gonna need that backup pretty quick. This guy's got a bomb. They're like, we're 2 minutes out. And he's like, we only got 30 seconds. So instead of, I guess, getting him a bomb dude to help him defuse it, they're just like, you're on your own, Lincoln.
He solves it using trivia.
Yeah, he's just like cuts the right wire and everyone's like, good job, buddy.
Well, to be fair, it seems like this serial killer is literally the Riddler.
Yeah, that's true.
All his murders involve trivia. And
the Riddler, if the Riddler collected the bones of his victims.
So he's also Zaz.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't believe there's a Batman villain called Zaz.
So part of his detective training was to learn a bunch of trivia.
Apparently, or like...
Well, just like Sherlock Holmes,
we see his training in the flashback, and he went out of his way to learn that on his own.
Yeah, he just goes out of his way to learn pointless information so that he can become a good detective, I guess.
Just like Sherlock Holmes, who, according to this show, learned every pigeon in the city.
Yeah, I guess.
They said that, right?
Yes, I have that written down. So,
is that canon to the Sherlock Holmes?
I haven't read a Sherlock Holmes story since I was 11.
I forgot that they were talking about Sherlock Holmes, and I did think they were talking about Lincoln Rhyme.
I don't.
He had memorized every pigeon in the city, and I was like, "Hold on, what?"
I don't
This
remember.
dude's going around looking at pigeons.
I don't remember Sherlock Holmes being a huge geography buff from the scant material I read as a child.
Yeah, he was more into the cocaine.
Yeah, he was more
and
into the
heroin.
opium and making clever leaps of logic.
Yeah, his Sherlock Holmes' whole thing was sort of more like outwitting the other person.
Yeah,
you know,
he was like Columbo.
Yeah,
was
Sherlock
like
has
the
more.
original
Sherlock
Columbo.
Holmes. Yeah, Sherlock Holmes has more in touch with Columbo than Lincoln Rhyme. But so we get he has a unfortunately the bone collector anticipated this, and so there's a surprise trap floor.
How did he set that up? It doesn't seem like the walkway broke. It seems like there was a literal trap door.
Yeah, it was just a trap door because they both fall through.
And the hostage watched the bone collector set this up and knew all about it.
Yeah, did he also watch the bone collector put this pile of wood just right under? Like, the bone collector was like, okay, he's going to stand right here
No, I think
at
it was
just
a
this angle.
coincidence.
So you think that pile of wood was just put under the walkway?
Yeah. It was just
Sounds
left
like-
there for years.
Wow, yeah. Hate to see it.
After the Reagan administration, you know?
Oh, yeah, when they
All
did
the
all
wood
those...
factories shut down,
Yeah.
you know?
I'm bringing back clean wood.
Nobody's working at the wood factory anymore. And Jamie's
So-
got
so
more
he-
kids to feed.
So there was a trivia thing for the bomb, but was there like some kind of trivia for the floor
No.
caving in, or was that
Well,
just?
no, he didn't get to solve it.
All you got was the victim yelling, "The floor!" And then they
Yeah.
fell.
And
then
he went, huh?
And then Lincoln Rhyme is totally fucked up by this fall.
Yeah, and then we get to see, like, the bone collector be like, ooh, why are you still alive, buddy? You should be a dead boy.
Did the hostage die?
Oh,
He kills him, yeah.
Yes, he kind of like swings him around and holds a knife in front of him.
Very ineffective way to murder
That's
someone.
a
by the
very
way.
unfortunate way to die.
So then, yeah, he dies, and the bone collector's like, all right, peace. See you in a couple years.
I guess you weren't as clever as me. He makes a point of saying how intellectually superior he is.
Which we find out later has a point to it.
Because he couldn't figure out that the floor was going to collapse.
You fell for my trap card. So we get introduced to our sort of other main protagonist, Amelia Sachs. And we get introduced to her by her forgetting her gun, which is a thing that I love to see from my police officers.
Honestly, I wish more of them would forget their guns.
Well,
I
yeah,
think
that's
the
probably
streets
true.
would be a safer place.
So we find out that I just love that, like, this show will go to great lengths to just explain character interactions to each other, to you, the audience, where she's talking to her sister and she
Otherwise,
says,
I'd be really confused.
"Yeah, you wouldn't have been able to pick up on what this relationship between her and her sister is like if she hadn't said, I'm glad I got to take care of my sister."
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have just been like, "What?
Who's this lady?
What?
Are they friends?
What's
Are they
going on?"
lovers?
But yeah, they live in what seems to be a modest New York apartment, which would probably cost, I don't know,
$10 million
$1,000
a year.
Yeah. But they make it work, even though only one of them is working.
And she's got a public servant
Yeah.
wage.
So we can tell that she's a good person because she's going on a dinner date with this breakfast date with this hobo.
Yeah, she's trying to get that homeless D.
Yeah,
Date.
That's
The
right.
D's for
That's what
date.
D stands for, of course. She like goes up to him, and we're gonna be like, oh, she's gonna tell the homeless guy off. But then she's like, you missed our date, and he's like, oh, sorry, I was just being
I
homeless.
was just busy doing heroin.
Yeah, and she's like,
Yeah, he had a busy night.
here's half a bagel. But then, like, someone mentions, someone's like, hey, you're a police officer, come this way. And she gives him the other bagel. That dude's eating both of those. There's
Wait,
no
so-
bagels left when you get back.
Yeah, this weirded me out because the guy's like, hey, there's somebody on the tracks. And then when we get there, he's not on the tracks at all.
Yeah. Do you think this guy was paid off by the bone collector to say
Maybe.
that?
Well, yes.
So, this shit's so dumb.
Where you get like a body crucified on the side of the subway tunnel.
Yeah, there's a body crucified on the side of like the subway. No one's seen this yet? Like, that's... How long ago was this done? Apparently, from what we can tell, it was just seconds ago that it seems to have been done. Because she comes across evidence that's just on the rail because the train is about to come and run it over.
And so, yeah, she shouts at the train to stop, and that doesn't work. So she fires her gun at the side of the subway tunnel, and that gets the train to stop?
Yeah, because for some reason...
It stops really quick, too.
Yeah, for some reason the train couldn't hear someone yelling, but could hear gunfire. And
you
that
know,
was enough.
That's the universal train code for stop.
Right. And also, it can stop sort of just really, really close to you. Like, there was no reason that she had to continue to stand there, by the way, other than because it made it look cool for TV.
Made it pulse tension.
Like, there was no reason that after she knew it was going to stop, she had to continue to stand there and wait for it to stop.
In fact, considering how this episode went, it would have been better if she hadn't risked her life to stop that train. So it just makes things needlessly difficult for her going forward.
Yeah, and it would appear so.
The important thing is that she protected that evidence, which she intuitively knew was important.
Yes. We don't actually get an explanation for why she thought it important, because when she's asked about it, she just says, it looked important.
Also, why did the bone collector put it there? Because his thing is giving riddles for the detectives to solve, but if the train runs it over, there's no riddle for them to solve.
It wasn't the bone collector, remember?
Yeah, I know, but either way, they both want riddles.
And it wouldn't have matched the profile.
Yeah. If there was no riddle.
He was gonna have it. He was gonna have evidence destroyed, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he was hoping that someone would catch it.
Maybe he wanted to see that lady get hit by the train.
Oh yeah, maybe. Anyway,
I don't know. He's a killer. Don't worry about it. He's just crazy.
Yeah, all killers are crazy weirdos.
Also, it's previously established that Amelia Sachs got rejected from the FBI.
Oh yeah, a point that she's going to bring up later in a very a serious heart-to-heart conversation with random detective number 2.
Yeah, at this point we're introduced to random detective number 1 and 2.
Yeah, who are like, wow, this lady, huh? You stopped
women.
In front of a... Wow, women be stopping in front of...
And eat hot chip.
Yeah. And they're like...
Can you explain to me what hot chip is, please? Thank you.
They're chips that are hot.
Yeah. Anyway.
Like
I assume
that you put them in the microwave for a minute?
There's like some sauce involved, and that's very warm too.
Warm sauce.
Is this like nachos?
Maybe. Like, possibly?
It
if
could
you
be
know,
like nachos.
Tell us on Twitter what hot
it's nacho-esque.
Well, I like nachos.
So they're like, hey, guess what? You got yourself a one-way ticket to meet Lincoln Rhyme. And like,
wow, the legendary Lincoln Rhyme?
Yeah, and there's like, whoa, no way. What?
Lucky.
So then we cut to Lincoln Rhyme, and he's beating some kid in video games. Which I guess is supposed to be...
Mortal Kombat or Killer Instinct. I didn't care
look like
about
Mortal Kombat. But my question is this supposed to be like an endearing thing?
Yes. Do you think we're supposed to like him less for being a gamer?
Yeah.
And he's bonding with his son, who's got like a weird like.
Well, we don't know that yet.
Virtual tuber.
What?
Avatar.
Yeah, I want to know what is up with this gaming apparatus that he has in his like bedroom or wherever this. I guess it's his bedroom.
He's got like a futuristic TV that like comes out the ceiling.
Yeah. I get it. He has a lot of money because he's like the world's most famous forensics expert or whatever. But like, golly. This guy's affording like VR, like this guy's affording like high end like
He's
shit.
got like striking vipers in his cabinet.
Yeah. This is for my alone time.
Yeah, I don't understand why during his bonding time with his own child, the kid uses like a robo face. Though is what I was referring to.
He's got dysphoria.
Yeah.
Like what kind of dysphoria is that?
Robo
He
Dysphoria.
didn't feel comfortable in his own body, so he presents himself as a robot because he feels.
And his father is incapable of understanding this emotion, and so he beats it out of him in the virtual world.
Whoa! Oh, okay.
What years does this take place in?
I guess modern day. The book that it's based on was written in like 97.
Wow! Why are we getting an adaptation of this now?
I don't know.
We needed
They must be
this.
scraping the barrel.
I'm assuming that that the gaming apparatus and like weird body cam were not part of the original book, because that would be wild if it was, I guess.
I guess maybe they are like novel technology in the book, and that's why it's such a major plot point in this episode.
Maybe.
Stare, we're not scraping the barrel, we're eating the barrel now.
Yeah. We've put our fist through the barrel, and whatever comes out the other end is dinner for the next week.
So our own fist.
Yeah, we're eating fist.
We're a snake eating our own tail now.
Yes. Welcome to broadcast television in the year 2020. So the detectives come and they talk to Lincoln Rhyme, and he has this choice line. It's him, isn't it? The bone collector?
The man who collects bones after he kills people?
He sent me a bone himself, the crazy guy.
Yeah.
What a wacky dude.
He mentions that the bone collector, I guess, apparently believes in the rule of threes, so he must have gone to some improv classes. Because he only kills in threes. And then he's like, and I need one person to handle this. Amelia Sachs. And they're like, huh? What? Really?
Yeah, and he's got a stupid line about how she's clearly got the eye for detectivery.
Get it?
No.
Because she's going to be his eyes.
And don't worry, we got a high-tech camera that works with my futuristic big gaming monitor.
So I can yell at you from half a block away.
We also start getting these flashbacks at this point where 10 years ago, Lincoln Rhyme, who looks suspiciously the same, he can just walk. He doesn't look any different. Is in training. And this is like, I don't know, I probably was the only one confused by this, but I did not think that he was like in training. I thought he was like training other detectives. Because,
well, yeah, because he's 40 years old in this.
Yeah, because he looks like he's 40 and not 30. Or like even young.
They couldn't afford another actor to play him.
Or just like, I don't know, make him look a little younger. It's not like super hard to do.
Yeah, to give him a long mullet.
Yeah. Like, this isn't like Better Call Saul where them being old doesn't really matter.
Anyways, we had the detective talking about how the clues are all, and the solution to the murder is under your feet, and you won't be able to find it.
Yeah, and this is also where they say the every pigeon line.
Yes.
But yeah, so back in the present, I'm confused because Lincoln Rhyme, I guess, is just able to assign people to his task force or whatever this is, because
he's well respected in the Force, Swanson.
He's not even a part of the Force anymore, as we learn at the end of this episode. But he's able to just be like, "All right, Amelia Sachs, you're working for me. I don't care what the NYPD needs you to do today. You're helping me track down a killer, maybe."
Fuck the subways.
But that's how good he is. He's a genius. He has perfect photographic memory, Swanson. And he knows all the trivia.
Yeah, it's true. Are you going to argue with a guy who knows all the trivia? Do you think he's banned from going to, like, bar trivia nights?
Yes.
I don't think Lincoln Rhyme drinks.
He probably drinks, like, water.
Yes, one.
He'll have a little bit of orange juice as a treat.
He has a little juice box that he drinks from when he
Give
gets
me
a hunch.
juice box. That would actually be pretty endearing. If he was like, I think I got something. Give me a juice box. And you just hear him go,
Clarice, I need my Capri Sun.
Yeah, that'd be good product placement. I'd like that.
So we get Amelia Sachs gets a body, gets fitted with like a body cam. What
She
a
gets a
novel
body.
concept! A cop with a body cam. Wow, it would never work.
It immediately malfunctions and all the footage is lost.
Yeah.
Also, like, It said that it was like a 360-degree camera, so we could see everything or something, but it's
No, I think it's
clearly
like only
Yeah,
180 degrees.
At some point, she's moving, and he's like, "No, I mean over there. No, not there."
Yeah, why does she need to face it if the camera has like a full peripheral
There has
vision?
to be conflict,
you could see it.
in order for there to be a story.
Yeah, this is a.
Why does that need to be the conflict?
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm confused by, because the show doesn't seem to know whether or not they want the relationship between Lincoln Rhyme and Amelia Sachs to be confrontational or like begrudging respect.
I don't really
And,
get
like-
much of a feel for how she thinks of him at all this episode.
She's just like, oh, I guess I'll go along with this. I
I
don't
guess
know,
he's
like,
cop
whatever.
god.
Well, yeah.
Is she the protagonist of this story, or is Lincoln Rhyme?
I mean, his name is in the title. Remember the Bone Collector?
The Bone Collector is not the protagonist of the story.
I honestly do not understand the point of this female character.
She's here to be his eyes.
I would argue that
Like, why?
Because he can't move around. We can't have...
Why do they need to break his back?
why do they have to break my boy?
Wow, Kyoran, you're saying that cops can't be paraplegics.
I'm saying it doesn't add anything to the story at this
To
point.
be fair, I
It's-
don't think anyone should be cops.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, we should just not investigate murders.
Well, this person died. Guess there's nothing we can do about it.
I'm sure their family will solve the crime themselves.
Yeah, they'll take it into their own hands. Nothing can go wrong there. So they're looking for these clues, and thanks to Lincoln Rhyme's big trivia brain, he has them investigate some haystacks. This scene made me laugh. Made me literally laugh out loud. Because they go up to these haystacks, and they just start moving them with their hands.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
digging...
like literally, like a minute later, they're like, "Oh, get some shovels."
Like, oh, you didn't think
Well,
of that?
she
You didn't think of
runs
that before?
Without consulting people and then cried for help.
Well, yeah, she
It's
says,
so
"Over here,
frustrating.
guys," and then all three of them go to these piles and just start moving stuff with their hands. And then the moment that they think they find something, they're like, "We're gonna need a shovel."
They should, they should have quickly got the shovel.
there's knives
as soon
in
as
there or
they started doing
something?
that.
What,
It's a
you mean, like the
haystack.
casket
It's a haystack in Central Park. It could be needles.
or knives.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this was another case of trivia solving the murder where the victim was. It wasn't the body.
Oh yeah.
yet,
Wasn't this the
'cause-
one where he got the sheep in his
That's
brain?
how yes, that's how they found that part of Central Park, I believe. Is that there was it was made out of wool.
There was wool.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not sure how they figured. Yes, and now it's a place.
It's amazing that
There's only one place in New York City known for sheep, and that's the Central
It's a
Park.
very specific part of Central Park too.
he's like, wool. There's only one place with wool in the entire city, and I just happen to know where it is. So, they find the lady. She's she's buried under this pile of hay, and they take her to the hospital or whatever. This scene is the most ridiculous part of the episode somehow.
Okay, so they're questioning her. They're asking what the bad guy looks like, and Lincoln Rhyme's like, "No, witness statements are unreliable. You need to ask about the location."
She's like, yeah.
And his
He's
nurse
just
is
like,
just like,
screaming in her ear, being like, "Ask her about the location! Ask her about the location!" And then we get...
"That's fucking what a
So
way
then-
to get information from someone."
out of nowhere, seemingly because no one else can hear the conversation, Amelia Sachs just says, "My parents died." And she starts rattling off her backstory.
She was a victim of a mass shooting, and she thinks sharing this will make her remember where she was abducted.
Yeah, she shares that she was the victim of a mass shooting. Her parents were murdered during it, and that she has to take care of her daughter
Daughter sister.
and all this stuff. Yeah, her daughter sister. And this somehow convinces...
She has PTSD, guys. Come on.
Does she say that during the monologue? She might have.
I think.
She definitely said she has PTSD at least twice.
But this feels like the type of monologue that someone writes and then feels really proud of. Because, like, they stage it like it's like a triumphant monologue from her.
Luckily, we don't.
Yeah, like they got done writing and they're like, whoa, that hit me.
Luckily,
Wow,
none of
I've
us.
got the feels.
Luckily, none of us read the credits, so that guy will go off scotch-free.
Let's see. This is credited to two people. VJ Boyd
And Francis
and Mark
Ford Coppola.
Bianculi.
Beyond Cooley.
Bianculi. I don't know. Bianculli. Anyway, so yeah, you can add them on Twitter if you want.
Makes them feel the shame they've dealt. Oh, it doesn't make any sense.
So the lady, like, after hearing this inspirational monologue is like, oh yeah, I can give you a location now, totally.
And it's just like outside her house.
Yeah, it's like not even very far. So then she goes back and meets up with Lincoln, and we get a nice reminder that this has all happened in one day. This entire thing has been one day.
To be fair, Jack Bauer would be like on his third terrorist plot by now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's not
Lincoln
that
rhymes with
impressive.
Jack Bauer.
I don't think 24 is a bastion of good writing, though.
I mean, if we were watching 24, we'd at least be like, yeah, this is cool. Look at him bite that guy's throat out. Yeah. Get him, Jack.
Yeah. Are you saying that Lincoln rhymes?
Wow, she has amnesia after the car rolled downhill and exploded, and her daughter was presumed dead.
She's being harassed by mountain lions.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, 24 is good, if not deeply problematic.
What were you saying this would be a better show if Lincoln Rhyme was like biting out people's necks?
Yes.
Instead of being at home yelling at a woman.
Well, he really is a gamer.
Yeah, just watch 24 instead. That's my tune-in verdict. Bye-bye.
So we find out that that this isn't the bone collector as Lincoln Rhyme suspected. It is a fake murderer.
Yeah, they're looking at the CCTV footage.
Yeah.
Faker.
And they get a clue that he's putting his hand in front of his face where the camera would be, suggesting he's familiar with the infrastructure.
This is one of 2 times in the episode, by the way, where Lincoln Rhyme is able to enhance camera footage.
Yes.
I mean, he has the space age fucking apparatus.
He has a sidekick who looks like knockoff Alison Brie from Community.
Oh, yeah, he also has another sidekick that looks like that dude from Criminal Minds if he grew a beard.
You mean the kind of on the spectrum one?
Yeah. And I guess they're a trope. I don't know if we've watched enough procedural shows to notice this kind of trope yet. But I can say that confidently that this is a trope in procedural shows where there are usually two. There's usually a duo of like forensic scientists.
Yes.
Who are like the quirky, fun characters of the show.
Yeah, like the morgue guys in NCIS.
Yes. Or what was the last procedural show we watched?
You mean before this?
Yeah.
That was Prodigal Son, or maybe technically Evil.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of Prodigal Son because then that was the one that had like the
They had a wacky morgue lady, didn't they?
yeah, and then they had like the like quippy black dude and like his companion, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking of with this. That's what it's like with them. Only the writing is so bad on this show that they get like 2 quips the entire episode.
Yeah.
Not enough to endear us to them at all. At least Prodigal Son gave the black guy and his companion like 5 quips in a row.
Yeah, this falls so short of the lofty standards set by Prodigal Son.
I mean, yeah.
Despite being more ridiculous.
This show is more ridiculous and yet somehow less interesting. Like, at the end of this episode, I don't want to watch... Spoilers. I don't want to watch any more, but Prodigal Son, I'm, like, intrigued. Even if I haven't watched anymore.
Are you saying this is a tune-out, Swanson?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll change my mind.
But the answer is yes.
So the fake murderer already has tracked down Amelia Sack's residence. This is the pilot episode, by the way. Where do the stakes go from here? You've already got sister kidnapping.
That's her entire family.
Yeah, that's literally, we've heard the whole monologue.
That's all she's got left.
We're at the pilot episode and you're already doing sister kidnapping. Where do you go from here for sweeps?
Oh, they'll kidnap Lincoln Rhyme, I guess.
Yeah.
We know how much he cares.
Listen. They're Lincoln Rhyme was like, listen, my family who I love, you are thousands of miles away from me.
Yeah, they set it up.
You are very safe.
Your bones will not be collected.
Your bones will not be collected today.
There are certainly no famous serial killers who crossed multiple state lines.
You are fully safe at your location, family. You are not of concern. The stakes cannot be raised any further than this.
So the fake collector kidnaps her sister, and they start going on the hunt for her.
Yeah.
They find a warehouse, and we get this terrible CGI warehouse explosion.
That scene from Rush Hour.
Yes, only if it's with a bad CGI explosion.
And unfortunately, none of those cops catch on fire, which I was looking forward to. That would have been.
Yeah, you gotta have at least one cop with a Wilhelm scream in the background on fire. This is another great thing here, where they're trying to figure out where the person could be, and Lincoln Rhyme is pondering it over, and then he calls for his assistant, and he's like, "My collection of old maps." And just in the corner, he just has a bunch of fucking old maps.
With pirate gold on it.
Yeah, he's like, "No, not that one. Not that one. Keep flipping."
No, not old enough.
My favorite part of this is the fact that he couldn't just get up and do it himself. He has to yell at someone for them to do it.
Well, of course he couldn't get up and do it himself, Kieran.
Yeah, because they set it up that way. It's the best part of the show. It was a brilliant writing move.
Yeah, well, look,
you can add 20% more dialogue of him yelling at things that he could have physically done if they didn't write him being broken.
Well, look, what better way to be inclusionary to people who have lost certain abilities in their life than to make them seem like they're nagging other people
by reminding them what a hassle they are to everyone around them,
and how much better he is than them, and how much safer the world will be if he could walk around on his legs.
It's an utter burden on everyone he cares about.
I'm guessing where they're going to go with this is that eventually he mellows out and they become a super good team and have a bunch of synergy together. But at this point, it's just not compelling at all.
Well, that seems to be what they do at the end of the episode. I figured that would be the character arc for the whole season, but by the end of the episode, he seems to have a begrudging respect for her already after one day. Again, this all happens over one day.
Anyways, they find nickel or something in the casket, so they conclude that the sister is in the sewers. Something dumb like that.
Before they can find her, though, we do have her outside her house, where there's a bunch of news reporters and stuff, and she
spots the killer in the background,
and she's like, Lincoln, zoom in. Who is that?
It's him.
And he's like, no, don't go in without backup. Because he learned his lesson by breaking his body.
He's breaking his bones.
So she goes in without backup, and it turns out it paid off, even though she was extremely dumb and just decided to...
It doesn't pay off at all. They don't gain anything from it.
He dies, so it sounds like it works.
Oh, that's how you think the justice system should work, huh?
Yeah, it's the NYPD. What are you expecting?
Well, if it was the NYPD, that guy would have unloaded his entire clip, and one of them would have shouted the N-word probably.
Yeah. So she confronts this guy, and she's like, "Where's he at?" And he pulls out his gun and is just aiming it at her, and she's like, "No, come on, give me an answer, buddy."
Lincoln's like, "He's not gonna tell you," and he's like, "I'm so twisted, I'm the Joker, baby." And then he gets shot twice.
Yeah, this was a really compelling bad guy. This man who doesn't speak and just points a gun and dies.
Yeah. This guy who he had one line, didn't he? He was playing a party or something, or is that the actual bone collector?
I don't know. They're both bald white guys, so it's hard to tell them apart.
Yeah.
Kind of a big misstep by the casting crew.
Well, because they wanted to fake us out to think it was the bone collector until halfway through, and
which we should have known wasn't, because why would they catch him in the first episode?
Yeah, it's not like a Hannibal situation.
It's
Like
like
they're not going to catch him and then he's just helping Lincoln Rhyme out.
It's like if Jackie Chan retired from adventures after the first episode.
Yeah. It'd be like if Jackie Chan said, "Oh, sorry," but he wasn't sorry.
What?
You know, he always says that.
It's like if Jackie Chan
you're
found
right.
all the talismans in the first episode.
It's like if Jackie Chan actually wanted trouble and started provoking people. Wait, no, that would be...
Then it would just be a Jet Li film.
I don't know, man.
All right, so they find her sister.
Yes. She's in like this heavy rain type death trap.
Yeah. True to gamers, man. This is a show for gamers. So yeah, they save the day, sort of, and we get the flashback where like the commander is like commending Lincoln Rhyme, being like, "He's a smart boy. This is gonna be the smartest guy you've ever seen." And like we get this is so dumb.
We cut to like Washington D.C. or something, and the Bone Collector's like tasting wine with the Epstein.
No,
cabal.
not this ending. I'm talking about in the flashback where Lincoln Rhyme is like eating a donut or something, and the guy who we find out is the Bone Collector comes up to him and is like, "Good work, you're a real smart guy." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I am."
Oh, that
and
was
then, like
him?
the Bone Collector. That was the Bone Collector.
What the fuck?
And it just like, first off, why is this in the pilot episode? And second off, what does this do to what does this make me think about either character?
What are we supposed to feel?
Yeah.
We know that this is a brilliant detective who solves everything because the Bone Collector's right there and he couldn't find it.
What a smart guy. He couldn't even figure out that the Bone Collector was the dude that he pissed off once. I guess when you piss off so many people, it's hard to figure it out.
Yeah, like because we established that the Bone Collector has a personal vendetta against him for some reason.
Yeah, and he can never figure out why. Which I guess tracks with him being like kind of an asshole. He's like, "Why does this person hate me? I don't get it."
I thought he was mad. He just kept trying to investigate him to solve all of his riddles.
Why would he be mad if he's always provoking people to solve his riddles?
I don't think he wants the riddles to be solved. I think he just wants to present people with the riddles.
I don't know.
So you're saying he presents the riddles because he wants to show how smart he is with his trivia and that no one else can solve.
I mean, at least even the Riddler wants people to solve his riddles.
Yeah, like he puts the riddles so that people can go follow the breadcrumbs and fall into his big trap.
Yeah, like that's why he had the trapdoor.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we get two dumb endings for the price of one. We get first Amelia Sachs comes back with Lincoln Rhyme, and Lincoln Rhyme's like, "Well, it wasn't the Bone Collector, but he's still out there, so we got some hunting to do."
Oh yeah, there's a bit about how Amelia Sachs tells them it's a good thing they got that guy, even if it's not the Bone Collector.
Right, and that I guess convinces him to become that convinces him to become like a consultant for the FBI, and he's like, "But only on the condition that you, who have no jurisdiction over this lady, let me work with her." And they're like, "All right, I guess, sure."
Also, did we mention the Bone Collector only collects one very specific type of bone?
Well, that's the only
like
bone we see him collect.
I know. I think it's just like the forearm bone, the tibula.
That's the one he sent Lincoln Rhyme, but we didn't get confirmed that that's the only bone he keeps.
He could be collecting all the bones.
I don't think so. I don't think
I feel like
it's cool.
That might just be like his least favorite bone. That's the one he sent because he didn't want to keep
very
it.
admiring of that bone.
I feel like he sent his favorite bone.
Anyways, we cut to the Bone Collector. He's like at this wine tasting thing.
Well, yeah, it's at his house clearly.
Yes.
And he's like
on Little St. James.
Might be.
He seems very influential.
Yeah, he probably killed Epstein or hired someone to. He collected his bones. He
collected his hyoid bone.
Yeah. So, the Bone Collector is apparently aware of like the copycat's existence.
Yes.
So he prepares he's like entertaining these people. He goes down. He finds a wine, And then, like, over in the corner, he's like, they got this guy tied up, and he's like, oh boy, I can't wait to kill. And he's preparing a gift for his friend Lincoln Rhyme.
Yes.
That's the end.
Good riddance.
Any final thoughts on this show?
One.
Yeah?
The Bone Police, they live inside of my skin. The Bone Police. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say after that.
Oh.
So I was waiting all week, too.
Okay, so my last thoughts on the Bone Collector show is this show was so stupid that it managed to bore me.
Wow, you got bored in this show?
Yeah, after a certain point.
I wasn't having fun like I did with Prodigal Son.
I guess in the middle it did very much lag, but the ending in like the last like 10 minutes and the first like 20-ish, 30-ish minutes are ridiculous enough for me.
No, I don't care about any of the characters though.
I mean, yeah, that's why it's dumb.
Like, I don't care about the characters. The quote twists,
yes,
unquote,
I care about the
lame.
I care about the cast of Prodigal Son.
Do we?
Sorta. We enjoy them. We like Serial Killer Dad.
Oh yeah. Who doesn't?
Yeah, in this show, we have the best detective whose main feature is that he knows a bunch of trivia.
Can't walk.
And can't walk and yells at people.
Oh, we forgot about the conversation Amelia has with Detective Number 2 about like how it's her just explaining her character arc.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I gotta take care of my sister, and I hope nothing bad happens to her. That's pretty much the epitome of the show.
Oh, okay.
Also that she says to Lincoln, "You don't have a family. You don't understand." And then it reveals that he has a family.
Yeah.
Well, he's like divorced, or something.
You know that someone wrote that and was like, "Oh, but little does she know."
Yeah, no show. No watch.
Show?
No watch.
Oh, all right. Yeah, this was bad.
Did the show break your ability to say tune out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, this show was bad. It was dumb. It was no good. Is it okay? So we watched a lot of broadcast shows at the beginning of the season in September. Is this worse than Evil and Stumptown?
Okay, it's definitely worse writing than both of them, but it was more entertaining than Stumptown.
I would argue it was worse
sense.
than all of them. I'm gonna say it's the worst broadcast show we've watched in a while.
I would rather watch Evil again.
Yeah, I feel like there's at least something
there.
there.
But what about between this and Stumptown, Stay?
That's a very heated battle, I think. I think I would rather watch Stumptown as well.
Yeah, I feel like both Evil and Stumptown and Prodigal Son are a case of like a pilot episode that's kind of meh, and it could be better later if I catch an episode. This does not look like it would ever get better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's potential in all those other shows. There's no potential here.
Yes.
Also, this has too much in common with both of those shows.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh, they both got black people, and they both got...
Stumptown has a lady protagonist, ? With
PTSD.
PTSD. Yeah.
Who takes care of a relative, of a sibling.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Makes you think.
All right, well, that sounds like it's a tune out for Lincoln Rhyme, Hunt for the Bone Collector.
Yes.
This could have been so much more fun than it was.
Like what, Kia? What are you envisioning?
Take us to your mind palace, Kia Ray.
There could be many ways you could have made this.
You could have put him in a wheelchair and have him chase people.
Yeah, like a robo futuristic wheelchair that's like really cool.
Like he's stomping around in a power armor.
Yeah. And they could have also had a little bit like a lot better build up to this bone collector than to have a fake out in episode 1 where we think we're catching him.
Yeah, they probably should have had like a completely different serial killer.
We should have seen like an entire bone monument instead of just one bone.
Yeah, give me some Hannibal shit. Give me some like ridiculous like fucking murder scene that they have to
should
solve.
open with Lincoln Rhyme waking up inside a horse.
Yes, and then he has to crawl his way out. Keo, you would like that. It involves a dead horse.
Well, okay, I like the idea of a horse that's not alive anymore, but I don't want to see the core.
And you don't want to see a man crawl out of it.
Well, you think you don't until you watch it.
I think that's probably worse than seeing like a living horse walking around.
So you'd rather see a person crawl out of a living horse?
No, I'd rather just see the horse just like eating grass or whatever.
As horses do, yeah. All right, well that's a tune out, and that's it for this week's episode of the show. We'll be back next week with more TV goodness. Until then, keep watching. Bye. It's over.
Oh no, my bones!
Hey, it's time for the TV Tutor's Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster has read a total of 4 pages from his local newspaper?